Andor is the missing piece in the Star Wars storyverse, capturing the stories of ordinary, random people who grow increasingly aware that the Empire is not the haven of law and security that it claims to be. This is the story of their awakening and their reaction to the grinding wheels of the Empire. Andor is as much for Star Wars fans as it is for non-fans. Why? Because it doesn't require you to know the history of Star Wars to get into the story. It's a really great entry point for new fans. So here's what you need to know about Andor. Andor is completely different from all of the other Star Wars stories that we've seen. There are no Jedi. The Force has become little more than a fairy tale that people don't have the time or the luxury to believe because they're too busy trying to survive. The focus of the arc of the series is on the lives and circumstances of the primary characters who are involved in some way with the nascent rebellion, and somehow seemingly random acts coalesce into a point of no return for each of them until they are faced with the choice to rebel or not to rebel. That is the question. Andor is the most important story in this entire Star Wars universe because the complexity of the script ties together dozens of moments throughout the entire Star Wars timeline. It's really important to understand that. It really pulls the entire storyverse together. Here, check out this graphic that I made. It captures how the Andor series connects everything together and really drives home the point that Andor is the origin story for the Rebel Alliance. This series is where it all begins. The early episodes of Andor are slow. They're a hard burn and maybe a bit too slow for some fans, but they set an incredibly strong foundation that sets up all of the dominoes to come. Andor's strength is in the building of compelling character arcs with meaningful connections throughout the Star Wars storyverse. As a result, we see these incredibly complex characters who are good people like Cassian Andor, Luthen Rael, and Mon Mothma, who do bad things in the hope that one day others will be able to live the kind of lives that they themselves can never have. What's fascinating is that we also see these evil characters who seem to be trying to do good things from their own perspectives. It really is great commentary on how war is messy and how important it is to wake up and see the universe around you, and to understand what is happening, why it's happening, and how it's impacting the people around you. Andor makes you think about what you're willing to do when presented with that choice. Andor is the story of how a handful of people turned disparate instances of rebellious behavior and activities into a pathway for a coming rebel alliance. This is the story of how you build hope from despair. So, what's my rating? I loved it. 5 stars. It's streaming, it's easy to access, easy to get. Grab your friends, grab your family, sit down and have some fun, have some Star Wars fun. It's a great series, a great story, and great characters. If you like Star Wars or space opera or space battle shows, I think you'll like it too. If you're not sure about Star Wars stuff or you don't know where to begin with so many different stories in the storyverse, start here. Andor is a great entry point into Star Wars. It really gives you that jumping off point to the stories that come after it. And you can always go back and check out what you missed before. I highly recommend Andor. It's really one of my favorite Star Wars series. You get some of the greatest moments of connection out of Andor because you can see all the things that came before, and you can see all the things that are going to be coming after. And you get that really wonderful moment of synergy between them. So I highly recommend it. If you love storytelling, if you love movies, if you love just jumping into a series, this is it. You should do it. Check out Andor. If you like this review, click the subscribe button below and let me know. It's a great way to get new reviews, videos, and interviews by me, Erin Underwood. You can also find me at emunderwood.com, also known as Underwoods. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.